Hasbro came this close to making Lord Starkiller one of the greatest Gaming Greats figures ever released. But one decision kept him from being a perfect 10. If you're thinking about tracking down Lord Starkiller on the aftermarket, we're going to show you exactly what you're getting. And by the end of this buyer's guide, you'll know if he's worth adding to your collection. Let's start where most collectors do, articulation. The head has a really nice range of motion. You can look left, right, up, and down enough to create some intimidating Sith poses. The helmet naturally limits it just a little, but not enough to hurt the figure. The shoulders feature butterfly joints mounted on an O-ring system. The chest armor limits some movement, but you can still achieve excellent lightsaber poses. These elbows bend a little past 90 degrees. That's more than enough range for two-handed lightsaber grips. The wrists are fantastic. These ball joints give you incredible flexibility, especially with the Force hand. Little movements here completely change the personality of the pose. The ab crunch, it's okay. It's not bad, it's not amazing. It gets the job done. The leg splits are excellent. This figure was clearly engineered for action poses instead of museum poses. Honestly, these might be some of the best knee joints we've seen in the Black Series line. The range here is outstanding. No thigh cut. Normally we'd miss it, but because the knees work so well, we honestly don't. The ankles and feet finish things off nicely. Good movement, great stability, exactly what you want for dynamic displays. So, does the articulation justify paying aftermarket prices? Absolutely. This is one of those figures that almost poses itself. And that's exactly what you want when you're paying more than retail. The moment we took Lord Starkiller out of the box, our first thought was, wow. He immediately looks powerful, dangerous, like he stepped right out of the Force Unleashed. And when you're paying aftermarket prices, that's exactly the feeling you want. You want to pick up a figure and immediately think, this was worth it. Yeah, yep. Let's start with what might be the best part of this figure, that incredible helmet. The sculpt is absolutely fantastic. Every angle looks intimidating. The sharp lines, layered armor, and silver paint applications all work together to create one of the best helmet designs in the Gaming Greats line. Before we move on, there's one quality control issue we wanted to mention, because we've seen several collectors bring it up online. Some collectors have reported glue residue around the helmet, mostly along the sides and inside the front grille area. We checked our copy pretty carefully under bright lighting, and thankfully we didn't find any noticeable glue residue or excess adhesive on his helmet. We did, however, notice one spot of residue on his right shoulder armor, so it doesn't appear to affect every figure, and it doesn't always affect the surface of the helmet, but it's definitely something we'd recommend checking if you're buying one on the aftermarket. The shoulder armor is molded in a flat silver plastic, simple but extremely effective. It gives him that armored Sith warrior look without making the figure feel bulky or restricting too much movement. The layered clothing is another highlight. There are so many different textures here that the all-black outfit never looks flat or boring. That's something Hasbro deserves credit for. Black figures can sometimes lose detail, but Lord Starkiller has enough sculpted layers and silver accents to keep everything visually interesting. The wired skirt is divided into 3 separate sections, and this is where the figure really starts to shine, because each section is wired. You can shape them independently to create the illusion of movement. When he's lunging into battle or unleashing the Force, it looks phenomenal. That's why we included it as a best feature on this figure. But if you're displaying him in a simple museum pose, the skirt can look just a little too long if the bottom is not bent upward. And then there's the tag. Nothing says Dark Lord of the Sith quite like a giant fabric tag hanging off your skirt. Thankfully, it can be cut off for display. Because let's be honest, who wants to see a clothing tag while Lord Starkiller is taking over the galaxy? Battalion, let us know in the comments. Do you remove tags from soft goods figures? Or do you leave everything completely original? Now, let's talk about one of the biggest reasons this figure stands out from almost every other Black Series release: the Force hand. Instead of giving us another standard interchangeable hand, Hasbro created something that instantly makes Lord Starkiller recognizable. Those long silver blades attached to several fingers look absolutely menacing. They're sharp, they're unique, and they make this figure look like he's channeling the dark side before he even ignites a lightsaber. It's one of those accessories that catches your eye immediately when he's on the shelf. If someone walked into the room and looked at your display, this is one of those accessories that immediately makes people stop and ask, "Who is that figure?" So, does this accessory help justify paying aftermarket prices? For me, absolutely. It's unlike anything else in the line. Now, let's get to the accessory everyone talks about, the 6 lightsabers. Lord Starkiller comes with 6 lightsabers. 1 is his own, and 5 represent lightsabers collected from Jedi he defeated during his journey and the Force Unleashed. One thing I really appreciate, Hasbro actually engineered these hooks well. Yeah, the 6 collectible hilts stay attached surprisingly well. That's something we always worry about with belt accessories. And thankfully, these don't constantly fall off. No, they don't. Once they're attached, they really complete the look of the figure. And honestly, I think most collectors are going to display Lord Starkiller exactly like this. 5 hilts on the belt, 1 lightsaber in his hand. Before we move on, let's reveal the answer to the trivia question we shared on our community tab and social media. In The Force Unleashed 2, Starkiller's clone is designated Subject 1138. If you guessed THX1138, you got it right. That number has appeared throughout Star Wars for decades as a fun Easter egg and tribute to George Lucas's very first feature film. So, congratulations to everyone who answered correctly. We loved reading all your guesses. Now let's hear from everyone watching. What's your favorite accessory on this figure? The Force hand or the lightsaber collection? Let us know in the comments. Our first pose is all about the Force. One leg driving forward, body leaning into the attack, and that Force hand reaching toward an unseen enemy. This is where the wired skirt really shines. By shaping each section individually, it looks like the Force is pushing the fabric backward. This is probably my favorite pose for the Force hand. Next, we've got an aggressive lightsaber attack. One saber raised overhead, knees bent, torso twisted, ready to bring the blade down. Those knee joints are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. Without that range, this pose wouldn't look nearly as natural. For our final pose, we wanted something that looked like the calm before the storm. One lightsaber held low, force hands slightly raised, waiting for his opponent to make the first move. It's not as flashy, but I think it's one of the most intimidating displays. If dynamic posing is important to you, this figure is making a really strong case for paying those aftermarket prices. This is exactly the kind of figure that's meant to be displayed in action, not standing stiff on a shelf. If you're enjoying this buyer's guide and it's helping you decide whether Lord Starkiller deserves a spot in your collection, we'd love to have you join the 777th Battalion by subscribing. We review Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, trading cards, collectibles, and so much more. And we truly appreciate every one of you who chooses to spend your time with us. Whenever we review a Sith or Dark Side character, there's one comparison we always want to see. How does he look next to Darth Vader? And in our opinion, this is the perfect Vader to pair him with. Duel's End Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is still our favorite Black Series Vader. The scale works beautifully, Lord Starkiller doesn't overpower Vader, and Vader still commands the display. If you're building a Dark Side shelf, these two look incredible together. Honestly, they almost look like they were designed to be displayed side by side. Next, we wanted to see how he looked commanding Imperial troops. And honestly, this might be one of my favorite display options. Even standing still, Lord Starkiller immediately becomes the centerpiece. Everything about this figure says, I'm in charge. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the packaging. This follows the standard Gaming Greats design with the bright blue color theme. The back continues that fantastic artwork and includes a short bio of Lord Starkiller, giving newer collectors a little background on the character. Now let's talk about the one decision that kept this figure from earning a perfect score. Those 6 red lightsaber blades. At first glance, they look great. But once you think about the character's story, something doesn't quite add up. Exactly. Lord Starkiller's own lightsaber should absolutely have a red blade. But the other 5 hilts represent lightsabers he collected from Jedi he defeated. Those Jedi wouldn't have been carrying red lightsabers. Imagine how much more interesting this would have looked with a mix of blue, green, and maybe even a purple blade. Not only would it be more colorful, it would also be much more accurate to the Force Unleashed lore. I can see why Hasbro probably chose to make them all red. It keeps the accessory colors consistent, the cost down, and may have simplified production. That's true, but if you're going to include 5 trophy lightsabers, I think it's worth going that extra mile. Those little details are what take a figure from great to legendary. What would you have preferred? 6 red blades? Different Jedi blade colors? Or would you have rather Hasbro included just the hilts and skip the extra blades altogether? We'd really love to hear your thoughts because there isn't a wrong answer here at the 777th Battalion. So, after everything we've talked about today, Lord Starkiller earns a 9.6 out of 10. And that's because Hasbro absolutely nailed the sculpt, articulation, and display value. Those all-red lightsaber blades keep this figure from reaching a perfect 10. A little more attention to the lore would have made an already amazing figure even better. So let's answer the question we asked at the very beginning. Is Lord Starkiller worth paying aftermarket prices? We think the answer is yes, within reason. Since aftermarket prices change over time, we're not going to recommend a specific dollar amount. But if you've been wanting this character in your collection, we think he delivers enough quality, articulation, and display value to justify paying a bit above retail. We especially recommend this figure if you're a Force Unleashed fan, building a Sith or Dark Side display, a Gaming Greats collector, or someone who enjoys dynamic posing. If you're primarily a movie-only collector or you're looking for the best value possible, this may be one to wait on until you find the right price. For us, the oversized tag on the wired skirt and the inaccurate lightsaber blade colors are small complaints on an otherwise outstanding figure. Hasbro came incredibly close to making this a perfect release. If this buyer's guide helped you decide whether Lord Starkiller deserves a spot in your collection, we'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you join the 777th Battalion by subscribing. We post Star Wars Black Series reviews, G.I. Joe classified reviews, toy hauls, card openings, live streams, and so much more. To our amazing 777th Battalion, thank you for your continued support, encouragement, kindness, and for making this community such a fun place to share our passion for collecting. Yes, we truly appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Jedi Joy. I'm Jedi Jill. May the Force be with you.